people? Welcome. I like to start the podcast off like that and the stream. Welcome to the Street Entrepreneurs, and of course, we are live and lit and here with you today. If it's nice today, you enjoying this beautiful weather, enjoy it, people. Enjoy it. What we get into today is still the sweep. We still talking about credit and financial literacy, but now we're talking about credit to where you could get paid to fix your credit. So what it was for me, people, is I wanted to actually go through the whole process and be able to show people and talk to people specifically about it myself. And boy, oh boy, I'm mad a lot of people gate kept this information or was charging a whole bunch of money for this. So, like I said, it's Leo season. Please don't put me in the astrology bracket. My B-Day is in a couple days, people. Thank you. And we looking at some money. Yes. So basically we have two settlements waiting on from Midland Credit and another portfolio recovery. And what I was saying is, how do I find a better way to compete with people and then help people to understand credit? And then not that a lot of people have this mindset where you have to spend a lot of money for something, or if you hear it from somebody that ain't in a Maybach, it's not real or whatever. But also, I'm in a community and a single parent, and it's a struggle right now. So if I feel like that charging a lot isn't going to really help, I feel like helping a person, showing them what they could do with their own, like they're on their own, and then a couple dollars could definitely give you a whole new credit score to access some money. But I also wanted to get into how do you get some money from these companies when they don't do what they supposed to be doing. And that's where we're at today, people. We're going to talk to you about how you can turn your credit report into a way to make money, a credit business, or helping your friends to get your credit fixed, get a bag, and control your personal information. That is the thing now. If you notice, a lot of these letters are not working. They're being sued, and the letter still ain't working. You can be like, I'm part of the lawsuit, and they still got stuff on your credit report. So and what a lot of us is understanding as in credit repair is that you have to now take these people to a higher legal system with these letters. Why? Because 90% or 99% of the chances they have not done nothing proper or legal when it comes to your credit report, verifying information, and things in that manner. So, yes, build up your credit report. Use it as a way to get money and hit that link in the bio. Book a free consultation, or you can start. We still got the $50 credit sweep special and everything. But people, if you messed up and broke, sit your butt down, fix your credit, go to these banks and play the system. That's the game right now. We're not being taught the system. Everybody wants to be a so-called streamer or things in that manner. And who's going to be the people to, let's say, build the robots? Who's going to be the new investors when a bank system change? A lot of people don't even know that they're trying to implement a whole new credit system. So you might as well now get into this system and learn the game, apply it, fix your credit, go buy you some houses, some land, some cars, start your Toro business. But right now, people, before these new bills and these laws come in effect, fix your credit, learn the banking system. That is it. Financial literacy isn't just, yo, let me go fix my credit and go get some credit cards. No. We have to learn how to get this and fix it to now keep growing with these fake or so-called credit scores. Why I'm particularly offering and talking about debt collectors is the fact of debt collectors are 99% of the chance doing something illegal. Why? Because they never technically own the debt. That is a fact. By contract law, debt collectors do not own the debt with you. They brought a debt, let's say paper, but that does not mean they own a contract that is a liable agreement for a debt with you as a consumer. So that is the thing. They don't teach us that. They know that the average person doesn't know that. And then how do you even go about to enforce that to get paid or get some money? That was where I was getting stuck at. I couldn't figure out. I'm sending the intent to sues and the lawsuits and the drafts to the office like a dispute. And what we have to understand is that's not how it works. You have to send this to their legal department, and then what happens is that now becomes a new dispute system, because you're contesting now not just the dispute but the legality of what is on your credit report, which is your power as a consumer. And they're not teaching us that. Nacho, what up, bro? And so now when we know that, then that's how you get the money. Bam. When it comes to verifying information on your credit report, they use a system called e-Oscar. What happens is, by law, that is not legal. I know, sounds crazy, right? How are they doing illegal stuff? Nacho, I ain't doing nothing, chilling on this nice day. So pardon me, TikTok. We on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube, people. So we know that they don't do nothing proper when it comes to our credit reports. They don't verify the information. They send it through a machine, and then the machine correlates this with your secondary credit bureaus and other places that store data on you. That's what they do. But by law, when you dispute something or something's supposed to be reinvestigated, they're supposed to send all type of documents over, and you're supposed to receive all type of documents. You never get them documents. They just say it's verified because I don't know what happened, what they did. That's what we have to start fixing and knowing and learning. Now, when it comes to debt collectors can buy a debt and give up the bare minimum information to collect a debt and report it on your report. But the thing is, when you learn consumer law, you have to learn contract law, because that now, to have a debt with a company, you need to have a contract with this company. Now, what happens is we don't know is that, yeah, I'll follow you back, Nacho. I got you. Is that when they buy this from Credit One or National Grid or T-Mobile, that is now not a contract or debt with you. They just bought some new debt. That's not a contract with you. It becomes a contract when you make any payments on this, or when you agree to anything, or if you're being sued and you don't respond. That's when you now, let's say, automatically have agreed that this debt is yours. So like when they tell you, when you first get that letter, if you don't respond within 30 days, then the debt is automatically considered valid or validated. Now, when it comes to getting the money, you have to understand what it happens and what it means in court. In court, you have to first understand your credit report. You have to get the real credit report. Then you have to, what they call a resolution, meaning that you had to find a way that you want to go resolve the issue. That's you disputing. Now, within this dispute process, did they do the proper things? And that's when you get them to sue. Now, what happens is, let's say within that 30 days, they never cease communication with you. That's a violation. That's $1,000. Let's say that they so-called validated a debt, right? But they never sent you a contract. They never sent you a chain of titles or a title of sale and all them different type of documents. They'll never send you that. What that means is that if you can prove that, like by literally in the process of them 30 days of you contesting information, you go up there the next 30 days, copy your credit report, and nothing is fixed, then that is how you get paid and sue these companies. See, look, I got an email from Collection Bureau of America, and that's not even my debt. It's from my business partner. Right now, I just got an email. That is $1,000 also. If you're getting emails at the wrong time, if you're getting text messages at the wrong time, if you're being harassed at work, that is also considered a violation of your rights, and you can sue. So forget about just fixing your credit score to go get a credit card. Fix your credit score. Now, what happens next is when you sue, you have the ability to control your personal information. That's how they keep reselling the accounts. People dispute the accounts and never understand the legal jargon and tell them, do not sell my personal information again. That's what happens. What happens is you'll contest the account, get it off, and then they'll resell it to somebody else or a cheaper debt collection company. Now, if we learn in the game, I don't care if they do that, because I'm going to sue every last one of them companies. Let me state this outside too. This is not legal advice or financial advice. This is educational purposes only. People, do your own research. Link in bio has all the free information and any information that you want. You could book a free consultation with me. And also, I have an AI app that you can also use to reference and type into that's based on consumer law. It will help you track your certified mail and help you make better dispute letters. Now, all of that is just so people can have a better understanding of how to use AI with making dispute letters and asking for the proper consumer law information. On there also is credit builder links for a lot of the top credit builders that you could use to have credits to use the app, and then you could book a free consultation. We also implemented cryptocurrency into the app so people that are into cryptocurrency can make payments with cryptocurrency into the app for credit repair. That is something also we will be talking about with our people and clients, cryptocurrency. If you're not paying attention, people, get you some cryptocurrency. Learn how to use cryptocurrency because that's the next wave of money, especially when they're coming out with a whole new digital banking system. So, yes, time to get your credit. Get you a bag from these debt collection companies and fix your credit with that money. Go get you a secure card with your check and all type of stuff. We will be putting up more receipt videos and emails. But what happens is when you start to sue these companies, they send you all type of non-disclosure forms that you can't say certain things no more. But we will talk and still talk and teach people how to go about now getting thousands of dollars from fixing your credit and also helping people. Imagine now you got 3 debt collection companies, your friend, your girlfriend, your wife, and you know how to fix your credit and then now sue them. Oh, everybody getting paid. Then now you're getting paid and fixing your credit to access money. That is what people have to do, and we have to hurry up and do this now because when them new bills and laws drop, they're changing the banking system and credit system as you see. Like they changed it to straight FICO score, and then they're switching it to banking systems, and now the Vantage score is being used for mortgages now. It's a lot going on with the banking system. And I need people first to hit that screen. If you a Leo, happy birthday to all my Leos. Shout out my Leos. My birthday in a couple days. I'm getting a little old, people. I'm getting a little old. But it's a blessing to be alive. Let me say that again. It is a blessing to be here. A lot of people cry and complain about the struggle, but it's a blessing to struggle because a lot of people did not get up this morning and struggle. That is a fact. So we always like to tell people that it's times is hard, but times can be harder. Don't take your good and what you got for granted right now. Trust me, I've been there. Trust me. But all my Leos, shout out my Leos. We in season. We are in season. Yes, I'm a real Leo too. You know, we be beefing about the Leos from like last month and stuff. I'm a August 6th Leo. So shout out all my August 6 babies. And like I said, the link in bio, people, that's the little hyperlink in the profile. When you go at my profile, it's going to pop up a link tree. You could go on there, especially for my older people. Shout out my older people that's been contacting me to help with credit and stuff like that. And that's what I tell a lot of my people that are, let's say, a little bit older. They have new state and local laws for the time frame from when debt collection can be reported, when you can be sued, and how long it could be on your report. In New York State, they switched the laws from 7 years to 3 years. Now, what happens is the credit bureaus have the power to keep it on there for 7 years. But if you contest it and it's by your state and local laws, then yes, you can use the new laws by your state and local to get those off if it's older than, let's say, whatever the new state laws is for you. For us in New York State, it's 3 years, people. So if something, that's what they call that is time bar debt. So look up time bar debt in your state and it'll let you know if these companies have the right to even collect. If they are collecting on a time bar debt, there go your opportunity to win some money. Now, small claims, people, is a smaller amount of money and a lower offer and settlement versus filing federal or state. Now, to file federal and state, they are always going to tell you to consult with a consumer attorney or do a lot of research on doing it yourself. But it's more money. More money. You can, if you, let's say for an example, you apply for something and a debt collection company was on there and they denied you and you sue them in a federal court. From there, you can prove from that being denied that from this company being on your credit report caused this denial. That is now outside the $1,000 per violation. There you go. That's how you get your extra money for filing federal and stuff like that. Yeah, I really wanted to get on live because I'm doing letters right now. And then, look at this, people. Another thing. A lot of people are not even writing the proper addresses to get to a real person or head people with these companies. When it comes to suing them, that's why you start to even, if you go look up in your Secretary of State these companies' addresses, and you'll get a drift of what I'm talking about. What happens is now when you write the main departments of these companies, there's a better chance of getting these letters into a real person versus a robot system. So if you notice from the envelope, or let's put it again. If you notice even from the name, right? The name is different when we're on here. Let me show my people down here. So the name. What happens is a lot of people just use Experian or Equifax. What happens is that they know the difference between a person that is trying to legally contest versus another consumer that is just disputing a letter. So yes, there's different addresses that you have to write to get, let's say, a better quality on your disputes, especially if you're going legal. I'm telling people, don't even waste your time with a whole bunch of dispute letters. Go to the legal department, sue these companies, make them come to your state or send a lawyer to come and verify your report properly. And you have an opportunity to get paid. That's what the whole thing is now. I don't even know how to say that. Dada peace. That's the thing now. Turn your credit report into a way to get money, help your peoples and everything. Sit down, spend that $8 instead of buying Grabba and Zaza, and send out some dispute letters. Now, turn that in a way to make some money. Now, school loans, people, is a very, very hard thing right now. But what you can do is now contest these school loans to get the paperwork. Thank you, Dada. To get the paperwork. So when you go and fight these companies, you can say, listen, I requested this paperwork. They didn't do that. You don't have access to your websites or online. That's another way to contest school loans off of your information. Thank you, Dada. Hit that screen for me. Now, that's how you can now sue the credit reporting agencies for that school loan information not being proper. In the link in bio, we have a lot of free resources on that. Also, if you work a certain job and have been working in the matter of your payments being in, let's say, deferment, you can qualify for credits. You have to start applying for these programs and stuff now, because in a couple months with that new stuff that Trump is doing in office, they're going to start messing people over more. The whole reason that people are going on these sites for your school loans and you're not seeing no information is because they're still trying to figure out a way how to sell these accounts properly to a debt collection type company. See, the Department of Education does not deal with school loans, meaning the money part. And that's why we got to get into these laws. And that's why I said I'm so mad black people was gatekeeping this information. You know how many people would have been able to fix their credit off of one debt collector, get some money, and fix the rest of their accounts, pay for the credit specialist, and then get right. But no, you want to charge $1,500 and $3,000 from people that's getting paid $27, but it's $20 for a bag of chips with mad air right now. Like, you got to be realistic now. Now, it's a difference with people that you have that are budget-friendly people and low-ticket people, and then you have high-ticket people. Yes, there's people that has money to pay for services in that manner. A lot more don't. That's the only thing I'm getting at. That's why we have a lot of more budget-friendly products, and they're like, yo, you got to start doing more higher products. No. Give out the free information because I had to go through it. You could go to, all right, so bam. Go to annualcreditreport.com right now with me. How about that? You want something for free? Go to annualcreditreport.com and go get your free credit reports right now. All three of them. Every page is going to have the Miranda ended, how to send in a dispute with the documents. Go get your real credit report. Stop using Credit Karma. Stop using Credit Sesame. Stop using CreditWise. Stop using those apps. Best apps to use is MyFICO, Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. A lot of them you have to pay for. The ones you don't, use what's real. You need the data that comes from the company. So you can't go to court and be like, yeah, I got my credit report from Credit Karma to sue Experian or contest information from Experian. No, it does not work like that. That's why a lot of people aren't getting the results they're getting now. Also, you have to stop disputing online. Stop disputing online. You can dispute online, but if you're not putting it in the proper legal jargon online, you're just reinstating an account and updating it. If you don't know how to now contest that information, you just really messed your whole self up to even, let's say, use the time frame standard or things in that manner because you're disputing online, being lazy. I'm going to say it, being lazy. So, another thing, you don't have to pay debt collectors. I don't care if they ban me. Yes, cease of communication. Cease of communication is 15 USC 1692, I think, to say off the top of my head. You can literally tell a debt collector in big bold letters in a certified letter, I will not pay. They have to now stop paying. They have to stop all communication with you. Also, if you put that in there, tell them that you do not want your information or non-public personal information being resold. There you go. Sorry to all the credit gurus and specialists that's giving you all these different laws. Yeah, you could basically tell them that you're not paying. Now, how do you go about getting the money and protecting your personal information from it being resold is really the next thing that you have to understand and get into. If you're in the data breaches or consumer lawsuits and consumer class actions, get that money, people. Yes, sign up. Not for them fake app sites that they got all over TikTok. Go to classactionorg.com or .org and use the site yourself. Don't use them apps. Them apps is just tracking your information and charging you an extra fee when you could actually do it yourself. But you're in these data breaches. A lot of them are coming with extra sites to now get free credit monitoring. What I have just found out that a person been using my identification in Illinois. You know how happy I am? I'm so happy. Yes, still my identity. I'll steal it. Take the ID. Use it. I'm about to sue the crap. Yes, that is so true, Miss. I said Miss, but Brenda Jacob. Yes, but that's why I'm telling people follow your president. Trump is a business person. Trump ain't got nothing political. Who the heck just tried to walk in my door? Hold on. I think I gotta get the gun. Get the gun. Oh, this nigga came in. No, the fuck he said. My bad, people. With them. It's the co-founder to Copy Paste Coders and my twin. Well, not my twin, but the twin. Hold on. I told him Oh, y'all want to see? Hold on. Let me throw in the cool shades real quick. Dada. Yo, inbox me. But yes, yo, we got throwing the cool shades. I'm telling you, I'll be trying to switch it up, chat. But no. I was showing y'all how we're doing letters today. Your money under the pillow in mommy room. So basically, here go the template letters that I keep for clients. Also, I keep these for my community because my community is a lot going on. So this is one way that we can stop the bull crap. A lot of us is beefing because we're broke. A lot of us is let me say it again. A lot of us is stressing because you're broke. If you had some money or you and that man had some money, I don't think y'all be beefing. I think if you and your cousin had problems and y'all both had some money, I don't think y'all still be beefing. Y'all been done. Like, girl, come on, let's make it up and go get our hair done. So, I also walk around with templates. I have a lot of these in my link in bio for free. A lot of them, please read so you can learn the different laws that are implemented that I added. Because why? Those are the laws that you're going to use to sue. Turn your credit report into a bag. Get some money. Take that money, go buy you some land, a Toro. If you in the hair, content creation, music, people, this is the time to stop being consumers and be owners. It's time to take advantage of society. Yes. Why? A lot of us is scared about AI. I'm going to say it. A lot of us. A lot of us ain't talking about it because we know we urban. AI is about to mess up about 300 million jobs in America. And you know what's crazy? It's about 500,000 jobs about to open up between trades and tech. And they not teaching us nothing about it or our children in these school systems. So yes, people, if we keep going this route, within the next, I think they said 2053, the black culture house median will be at $0. You want to know why? Think about it. I'm in an urban area. Every Friday, the Ox closed the store down. We don't own no stores. Think about it, ladies that be driving around with 0.25% of gas. We don't own no gas stations. Walmart, Shein, the beauty supply store. Them foreigners that live in our stores that do have these little stores, these Spanish people and these, they're not going to open the doors for us. They already act funny when we come in these stores and they're in our neighborhoods. This to be honest. So what I'm getting at is, yes, take advantage of the system and learn it. What I'm noticing is that people want to get a lot more information like this from people that are regular. And that's why I said I'm mad at the gatekeepers. If you are a person that knows some type of source, information, you don't have to really get with the people you want to. Get with the people that want to get with you for the information, if that makes sense. I went through that. Worrying about the people not supporting, my family not supporting, my ex-girlfriend not supporting, and all of that. Let that go. More strangers in this world and new people will be your route to success. You have to get back outside. A lot of us have become very antisocial because of COVID. No. You got to get business cards, girl, or man, get back outside. Get on these cameras. Nobody care what you look like. Right now I'm on Twitch with a camera from Target. And I'm mad because they be like, hey, we boycotting Target. I brought this before the boycott. You serious? I'm serious. And that's a fact. But that's why I said, learn this system now. Think about it. I could fix my credit. Learn some information good. Why this AI data stuff going on, how to control your social security number and things like that. And then get it paid for doing it. I didn't expect them people to cop out. I think I copped out too fast. I was like, yeah, I take $1,500. I put 4,500. I was not playing. Small claims in I'm in upstate New York is $5,000. I was going to the max for $20. All right, we going to court. I got my credit report from 2018. I can show you right here you done did something wrong. I don't know what it means, but under the 15 USC law, this don't match. Judge, Your Honor, help me out here now. And I'm just being funny, people, to give people a more entertainable understanding on information right now. We get on here and there's a lot of people, yeah, just buy my course, buy this. They got the screen with the backup and all of that. No. Give people another way to be like, I need to do this, or this is something I can do. Pay the man. You heard her. She's funny as hell. The link in bio. I have a whole discount for everybody. Yes. But the legal sweep, you definitely gonna have to pay for because it's going to be a process. And then if you going through major issues, like I have a person right now with Miss T. I ain't even gonna put you out there. We gonna call her Miss T. Miss T going through about 20 some different problems with no debt collectors though. This is all banking, mortgage, and bankruptcy. The credit bureaus are not that hard. What happens is small claims you're gonna get some response. Then they might try to push to go to federal. What happens is they go federal. Now read the pro se part of understanding how to properly do it. You have to understand basically they was doing something, I disputed it, and then now you have to state a claim. You're gonna read that when you go into like all of that when you go to federal court. How to state a claim is basically how were you affected from them, let's say negligently operating over your credit report. They never ceased communication or they never contacted you in that first 5-day process. If you can prove that, keep it very simple. And then now basically the state of claim is from them doing this, my credit score dropped 20 points. You see how I said that exactly? You have to be exact with how you're going about you were hurt. How were you hurt? So now they have what they call the Spokio law. The Spokio law is based on how to be hurt emotionally without being injured. Now, to describe that is you would have to be like you went through some type of stress because of your bills not being paid from applying for credit and being denied because of them not properly doing an investigation or not properly giving you your credit report. You see how you have to specifically identify what they did wrong and how it affected you. That is the legal jargon, people. I'm telling you right now. I read about 180 cases. I used about 3,000 of them I used with AI. A lot of them, 80 to 90% of them was from people not stating a claim or adding too many words. Like adding the in the wrong sentence was messing people up. The. If you ever read a legal case, you ever see this like E-R-R? E-R-R holds a lot of weight in a legal case. I swear for God. But to go about the credit bureaus, the top two that cop out easy is TransUnion and Equifax. And they're going to do a lot of copping out now and settling out because they're already under 2 to 3 major lawsuits from not properly investigating people's credit report. So you could go look up that whole case and use that. Like how they use the e-Oscar system and how that shows that they cannot properly, let's say, send the document. You could use that whole sentence in your case. That whole paragraph, you could take it, put it in yours as it at that would be basically not a statute, but when you start to file your different claims in your complaint, you can use that in your complaint. What they're legally going through right now. So Equifax and Experian and TransUnion is being sued right now from not doing the proper investigations into reports. Why? Because of them using the system e-Oscar. E-Oscar doesn't. So let's say, right, I send in a copy of my credit report or my client's credit report, right? That piece of paper that I copy and stuff or highlighted and show does not go to the company that I'm disputing. E-Oscar is a machine. It can't send that paper to the company. So that's why they're being sued, because all of the CFPB, the FTC, all of them know that and research the company, ask them for the specific requirements that they do, and they had to tell them. And that's why I said also, this is another thing, like I said, 15 USC 1692. You don't have to pay debt collectors. You just have to state it. That's it. I will not pay. Add in a little extra legal jargon to protect your public information. You want to say hi, guy? You good? Your little bro over here is stupid. It's the worst. His birthday tomorrow. Don't want to get on. Ladies, come here, guy. Come here, yo, Dada, help me out. Look at my boy. He gotta get up on there. Oh yeah, This Simba, this is my little brother. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, we on both.
CPC.
We on both.
Oh yeah, it's looking real.
We on both. Hold on. We gotta make it. Come here. Say you can't smoke though. They gonna block us. They gonna block. Matter of fact, they gonna block us. But yeah, that's my younger brother. He's into a lot of other things like me too. So he's into gaming. I told this nigga get on here and get this money. Get this money. I'm so serious, people. I watched. If y'all did not watch that case or not, and looked at how much money that boy Agent O was explaining about how much they was making, then a lady did the numbers, right? Pardon me for messing with this picture. Damn, this shit all messed up. How we get it? Oh, it's going down. It's going down. Yo, I do not like TikTok picture thingy, whatever the heck. There we go. But we looked up the analytics off of the Streamer University. That boy made $107,000 a month. A lot of the newer streamers made close to 10,000. Majority of that money did not come from the company. It came from people gifting. Do you know my 1980 some crack era ass wish I would have been able to play a Nintendo and Dreamcast to make some money? Are you serious that kids is making 100,000 from streaming? And people are here like, yo, bro, we not gonna do this. We're gonna go waste our time and 40 hours out the week to go get 2850. No, the heck we not. No, we're not. I think I want a Lamborghini. And to get Lamborghini money, you have to definitely have a different type of mindset. And being in Georgia and going to Atlanta, where it was such an overwhelming presence of black wealth, conversations is different when you in a table with people with money. And not even just money, but power, influence. People that have property across the states. I met a brother that owned a golf course. So yes, use this system to get ahead. Like I said, people, we ain't gonna be here all day. It's my B-Day coming up. Hit that screen. If not, share the video, book a free consultation. Let's get into it. But if not, like I said, you woke up this morning, you blessed. But get this money. Turn your credit report into some money now. That's what we gonna be doing for the rest of this channel. Showing people and talking about this. And then people, another thing. Learn AI. AI is definitely like, just think about basically when they used to say that the best way to hide something from a person was in a book. You have access to the whole library, the archives, and more. What I've been doing with it is building and creating software. I built an app around credit repair with the tools to help people, and then I made it specifically based on consumer law. So people, if you are a creative person like me, if you are a hustler, entrepreneur, business owner, learn this technology now because it's new. Nobody is a master, and everybody that's been into AI is over the age of 50. So learn AI. Also, if you need help with, let's say, vibe coding, learning how to code your own apps and things in that manner, hit the link in bio. We have a lot of free resources on that and videos on how to build chat bots and things in that nature. So, like I said, hit the link in bio. Happy Leo season. Let's get that going. Leo gang in the building. Shout out all my Leos. I am so happy to be going into another year, people. I swear I am. I swear. And with my you know it. Yeah, but yes, people, link in bio. Like I said, so basically, too, like I was talking to a lady that does consumer law. She's a paralegal and a couple other people. You have to now use your credit report and what you're doing to build a case. A lot of people want instant gratification. If that's what you want, do all them FTC tricks they talking about on TikTok. But if you are a person that's looking to do this and make something of longevity, get into learning consumer law. Use my app or any of these AI apps to learn specifically how to adapt the jargon to now file a complaint against these companies. They're going to cop out. But now you got to understand, you're not just attacking your credit report like a dispute. You're attacking the protection of your personal information, and they have to now conduct themselves 100% differently with you taking that route. Before a dispute, like I said, goes to a machine. When you take them to court, whole different ball game. Take these people to court. It's the same amount of money from you sending out 3 certified letters. If you go pro se, they have to give you more leeway because of you doing it pro se. Number 3, you don't have to pay debt collectors. If you have issues with debt collectors like Midland Credit, Portfolio Recovery, I got a list of them. I'm not playing, people. Like I said, I got you want your letters out for Monday mail? DM, message me, share this video. Call your friend, call an uncle, call a sister, call somebody like who want to be a millionaire. I'm doing letters right now. I don't want to show my client information, but here go the letters right here. Boom. This is 3. Here goes some with the cert. We got it. We gonna get them out. We got to. This is the new money right here. This is money right here. We ain't spreading no money. We spreading certified letters and credit cards. I also have a link in the bio for people that are getting into or want to get into real estate. Yes, all of this would be 100% legal too, meaning every document will be legal documents. It will be non-disclosure documents. We are using a real LLC and a non-for-profit to do this land venture, and anybody that wants to get into it starting out. The ones that we're looking for are lots and land and rural, what they call rural land in upstate New York. The link is in the bio, and like I said, we're using everything 100% legal. We're teaching people this also. Yes, start you a non-for-profit. Start you them LLCs. We not worried about the what was they doing? They're doing you have to I forgot what they were saying. You have to file your LLC and all of that and claim it and tell who you are. We don't care about that. File them LLCs, structure them LLCs properly. Trademark your name. DBA or LLC your name. Then do other things like that. That is the game that they have not been telling us. If you see that black man that's selling that trust book, if you Pablo, if you have if your credit cards are sold to any companies, send me a list of the companies and I help you get them off and sue. But now what happens is what you have to do is contest and see if the payment history and the payment chart doesn't match. That's how they get the late payments, people. They don't really get late payments off. What happens is if the chart data does not match the payment history data, that's how you get it off. For example, a charged off count should not have a high balance or a past due balance in them graphs. That's why I tell people to go get your real credit reports go right now. I'm telling you where to go right now, to Twitch and everybody. Annualcreditreport.com legally works with all 3 bureaus to directly give you the information from them. That's when you're going to see all your different names, all your different addresses, inquiries, stuff like that. Like this right here is all of the inquiries. I had to use AI so I could get all the company names, the dates, and then to highlight it because it was almost 300 some inquiries on this woman report since 1980. Couldn't believe it. So, all right, now, a lot of people always have that. When you have, let's say, inconsistencies between the 3 reports, take a screenshot or copy of the 3 reports, and then you target that with each one. So, for an example, you will send a copy of Experian and Equifax when you dispute with TransUnion and vice versa. Let me tell you this. They don't care about the discrepancies, even if you dispute. It's how you go about disputing it, and then the follow-up, what they call the second round. Then a lot of people also, when you dispute, increase MCM, Midland Credit. I just got a settlement with them. They are trying to cop out. Well, they did cop out from now. If you get a letter, automatically write back to dispute. Because if you don't dispute within 30 days, it's automatically considered validated. That's another thing, people. If you get in them letters, automatically, you out? Automatically send in the dispute. Also, dispute online. Also, CFPB.gov is still working. So, also when you're doing it, make a complaint with the CFPB.gov when they first send you that letter. Why? That is called initial communication. With initial communication, they have to give you all of the documents that is supposed to be in the communication or the process of the process of initial communication. We just don't know that. Like, for an example, right? It's not supposed to be no logos on their headers. We don't know that, though. So, if you get a letter, automatically dispute. If you have Midland credit, that's what you have to do any which way to take them to court, any which way. Now, like I told you, rhyming fool. When you just send a copy of, like I said, to them to show the discrepancies, but then you have to highlight the discrepancies and explain the discrepancies. So basically, on my report for, let's say you're talking to TransUnion, this account balance says this, and then on this date or this high balance says this credit limit says this, but this does not match on blase blah from Experian or Equifax. That's how you go about that when things do not correlate from all three. But like I tell people, 9 to 8 times out of 10, regardless of how good you might word your letters, they might still come back verified. That's what I'm telling people, don't even worry about. Oh yeah, they're always going to try to up the bill because they're going to say that they had to add interest rates and stuff like that. But if you have the original documentation stating that it was only a $700 limit and they never sent you no documentation for the increase, that is also illegal and you can sue for that. Also, you can use that as a way to get it off your report. I paid off from Cons. From, I don't know what Cons is, but Con Edison. Pardon me, I'm being funny. But anything that is still hitting your credit report, another thing that you have to do if you're doing this alone to, let's say, get a better process of what's happening is ask for a reinvestigation to this already disputed account, or if it was a reinstated account, meaning that was the account already deleted previously and then put back on your credit report. Like I was telling people, a lot of letters and stuff or disputing online is bad. One thing you can do, like I said, get your real credit reports. Get you a highlighter, make some copies, and see what don't match and then what has certain information that shouldn't be there. Then, from there, make a complaint. FTC CFPB. That now means you're making a dispute complaint, a legal complaint, and then an FTC complaint. That now makes all these companies target, let's say, Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax. And then from there, when they don't contact you in 5 days, 30 days, or ask for an extension, you're going to have your paper trail because CFPB works within the first 15 to 30 days, and they have to respond back to the CFPB. Oh, they never sent you no letter? That's even better. If they never sent you no letter, that's another way to go about attacking them. But see, you could write that down and be like, they don't send no letter. But we got to worry about people is if they verify it and if they don't. If they do delete it, are they going to resell it? Now, like I said, when you first go about disputing, what we do here is we send out the disputes to the companies, and we make complaints. Why? Because before any of this information was supposed to be on your credit report, they were supposed to do a proper investigation in the first place. That's why I said we worried about the money now. We not worried about waiting those 60 days to fix our credit. We want to get paid within that 60 days because now we're sending in an intent to sue because you never did the proper thing in the first place. How you can prove that? They always leave a remark on your credit report that says consumer disputed it or not. If you disputed that account, and that means they had to reinvestigate it. Now you can automatically be like, they never properly reinvestigated it right then and there from them showing that remark. And that's your money. That's a way to take them. Now, bam. Like I said, from the address. If you notice this Experian address, this is in California. If you go online to Experian, it's not the same address. You're going to their computer system address. That's what we're going to call it. This goes to their main office, which is in California, right? Yep, California. The P.O. box for Equifax is 100% different than the one that's on their line, online. And then TransUnion is the main system, but if you put LLC into that and then make the complaint or let's say the small claims complaint with that information, it hits a different department of their company. Yeah, I have a lot of free information and stuff in link in bio. A lot of free templates to use that you can automatically copy from Google Drive or Dropbox and just copy and paste, change your information and get the process started. Like I said, people, if you're doing this alone and you're not going to go the suing process, it's going to take you about 2 to 3 rounds of letters. So that's about 2 to 3 months. Let me tell you the real secret. You have to contest the account 4 times before it even goes to a real person. Yes. Experian and I think TransUnion, it takes 4 contestants, 4 disputed times into an account to bypass the e-Oscar system or their robotic system. There you go. I know that it's ridiculous. But this is a $1 billion company and business that was created way before a lot of us was even alive. Back in the day, you know what credit was? I used to come with my cows and stuff in or land or some vegetables, go to a banking system and be like, yo, let me borrow some money. And they be like, how many cows you got? I'd be like, I got 4 cattle. And they be like, all right, if you don't, we'll take 1 or whatever. That's how credit was. Then racism came in. Sorry. But now use your credit report, build a case to get money. If you got 3 debt collectors on your account, that's $3,000 in fixing your credit score and controlling your personal information. You can also sue the original creditor. They call it arbitration, but I just learned it's a whole loophole with arbitration. Arbitration, it has a bypass to consumer law. So what you have to do is attack them as a data furnisher. If you have first, every state had changed new laws for debt collection companies. So first, look up if your company or your debt is time barred in your state or wherever you're at. Time barred debt, they have changed new stipulations for time barred debt, meaning that certain companies cannot, after a certain time frame, try to collect on this debt or sue on this debt. And the laws changed a couple years ago for each state. So look up your state and find out if it changed. New York State went from 7 years to 3 years. So if you have things that's over 10 years or even 7 years old, it's supposed to be off your report. But like I've been telling people, these letters and these systems, they don't care. Mind you, you have to remember this man took out half of the office. So you got to remember, it's not a lot of people even in these offices that do the paperwork. That's why you have to, if you're watching people with consumer law, you have to sue these people now. Even if you go small claims, you're going to get a better response. And I rather would take, oh, you in Mass, you right by me. I'm in Albany. You like 45 minutes away, Pablo. I used to be out in Pittsfield. Shout out my girl. Shout out Pittsfield. But yes, link in bio. You could go book a free consultation on the link in bio. We have the $50 credit suite. Oh, how you doing, Deborah? Yes, I just got a lady from New Mexico I'm helping, and she's going through a lot. But basically, it's a lot of banks that was dealing with, let's say, mortgages and stuff and bankruptcies. We help with that, but it's a lot of paperwork and issues. And it, like I said, it's a lot with, let's say, getting access to these because they're shutting down a lot of these websites and access to these websites. That's why school loans are becoming hard because you can't even get your documentation. People done wrote the Department of Education and still ain't get no response back or validation of that. Done contested that and they still on a report. I swear, it is. So that's why I say you have to take these people to court now. Credit cards, what's going to happen is let the credit cards either stay, if they're in charged off, you have to check and contest the data. Meaning, does the payment history and the payment chart match? If they are sold to debt collectors, that's your way to get paid. Don't pay the credit cards. If you are in late payments before collection, then ask for a goodwill. But if you're already in collection and charge off, don't try to reinstate a new account with them, because that starts a whole new account. They do not give you no new credit cards and nothing like that. So you have, like I said, you have one or two options. Contest the data, which is the payment data properly. Like certain times you'll see on there like 2024, no data, then 90, 60, then no data, and things in that manner. That is called incomplete and inaccurate information. That's the only two things the credit bureau have to uphold with your credit report. Is your credit report accurate and complete? Remember that, people. That's their only job. They don't have to do nothing else. Ain't that something? That is terrible. But now that we learn this, we learn how to play the game with them. Like I said, too, Deborah, it's also a link in bio. Anybody could book a free consultation, and we don't leave. I stay on with you for the whole process until things get done. That's depending on which program or package you pay for. Like I said, we got the $50 credit suite, which is to get people started, helping you gain your real credit report, starting the dispute process, and then how to go about if things come back verified. And we give you all the letters and templates to go about the second and third round. Like I said, if you're not willing to, let's say, go the legal route, you're going to have to literally, I'm being honest, people, you're going to have to write about 2 to 3 to 4 rounds of letters to these companies. Is it worth it? Yes. It's only $5. Oh, you already know. Thank you, Gifted Hands. -6. Yes, shout out to Leos. Hit that screen. Send some gifts or something. Send your credit report for all my Leos. We got a special for all my Leos, too. If you need help with your credit, go get your real credit reports and then contact me. Like I said, we're going to show you how to get money from your credit reports. Teach this to other people so other people you can help and get some money from them. Things in that manner. Oh, yes, Deborah. Leo gang. Yes. Hit that screen for me. Yes, I'll be 30-something. I ain't saying my age up here. But it's like that. I'll be 30-something in the 6th. We got, what, 4 more days. 4 more days, people, and I'm just grinding. I'm grinding this whole birthday month away. I don't want to Don Julio or nothing. I had to make sure somebody wasn't at the door again. We had to go get the gun. Let me stop before they block me for saying that plane. I am not in Atlanta no more. But yes, people, shout out Miss T. Also, if she watching, we got her letters will be going out Monday. And after that, we will see if she want to move forward. But we also gave her a lot of free information. People, also another thing, if you're going through issues, like heavy, use and start an LLC and use your LLC to build credit and then to get funding. Georgia is only $100. New York State is like $250 and stuff like that. Use that to get, let's say, another way to get business funding or credit if you're having credit issues with a personal person. Don't worry about them CPNs, people. You could go DBA your name. Get an EIN and use that when you go to the banks. That is legal. Yes. That's just like they telling you to go get them CPNs and stuff. You go LLC your name and then go to the bank and apply for credit cards and stuff like that. Okay, happy belated birthday, Deborah. That's a blessing. Like I said, it's a blessing right now. A lot of people did not make it here today. That's why I tell people, be grateful. Be grateful, chat. So, boom. Like I tell people, too, let's get back into it. You don't have to pay debt collectors. That's my specialty. I had to really tell people, like, I don't help with, like, you building your credit. So, if you have, like, high utilization and stuff, that is not really what I can do. You have to make your bills. You have to pay your bills on time or lower that utilization. Another way to lower utilization is to get and increase your credit. So if you're able to get more credit, that will lower your utilization. I tell people that all the time. If you are having issues with, let's say, multiple loans or school loans or multiple business loans, use them consolidation programs. Yes, those work. What happens is with a consolidation program is going to just consolidate all of them loans into one account. Instead of you having 5 negative accounts, you'll just have one account you have to make payments on now. So if you can or want to, yes, use them consolidation companies. Make sure it's a legal, proper company. Do your research on them. And yes, consolidate your loans if they are multiple loans and stuff like that. But I'm about to jump off of here. We about to go outside real quick, get some sun. Johnny D, peace. But like I told people, you could book a free consultation. We're giving you the raw source of this credit and financial literacy thing. We're also not going to just talk about credit. We're going to talk about how you can apply it, what you can do with some money, and things in that manner as let's say, a regular person. Just a regular human being. Oh, so basically that's how you can bypass your personal credit, building up your credit, your business credit. One trick they have people is using places like Nav Business and Credit Strong that have programs to work directly with your EIN. You just have to use one of the higher paying programs to start off, which will be around $60 to $80 a month. Then Nav Business and them also have links to a lot of other EIN building programs. Then from there, you go to your bank, go get you a business bank account, get you a secure card for your business bank card, and work directly with the bank systems. The bank is where the money at. The banks don't really like a lot of these credit builders and stuff right now, especially if you're trying to get funding. So your best is to get with the federal credit unions. Always good to get with a credit union, but a major bank definitely to get a business or get the business credit flow going. You could do a lot with these LLCs that they just ain't teaching us the proper, let's say, legal loopholes. But yes, if you have major issues with your name, build up your business credit. If you have a friend that don't have credit, use them as the person to go start the bank account or to apply for this, if you get my drift. If you have kids that are 18 and stuff like that, that's who you might need to use to go and apply for these. When you go, let's say, to the banks to apply. So yes, that's how you can do that. If you have a friend or anybody really don't have credit or older person, what happens is the credit is going to be pulled from basically the person that goes applying. And if their credit is a little bit good, and your business credit is up a little bit, then yes, you can start off from there. Take out a basic little loan for like $10,000. Take that $10,000, don't spend it. Spend that money to pay back the $10,000. And by the time you do that 2 or 3 times, you should be looking at $100,000 and better. Legally. Legally. Then now imagine you do that. You start a credit business, or you just start a business with fighting debt collection companies on people reports. My man is a brother on here named Vance Dalton. He does a lot of consumer law. He won a case for 200 and some thousand from Experian. Yes. Personally. What happens is they give you non-disclosure forms when you beat these companies in major cases or little settlements to where you can't talk about it. You could probably talk about that you beat a debt collection company, but you can't say the specific company how much and stuff like that. So that's why a lot of people with consumer law or these debt don't really talk too much about it, and everybody is just beating around the bush to get some clickbait. But like I said, the link in bio, it's a lot of free resources, people. I have a lot of budget-friendly courses. You could book a free consultation and everything. You could use the app also. We have an app, people. Yes, I built the app with AI. It's called Consumerai.Info, and it's based around credit repair. Not too crazy yet because we're in the, let's say, the beginning stages. So what we did was focused on how to make these letters better for people, or when you're talking about, let's say, consumer law with the AI system. Most people don't know that when you put in a letter, let's say not put in a letter, when you ask the ChatGPT and these other platforms that make you a dispute, it's going to give you the basic minimum dispute that it can search for. So now you have to add in, listen, what is improper, how to then input these laws. The more specific with the system you have to be to get better results. So what we did was we just specified better dispute forms and stuff into the AI system, and then just integrated a little bit of extra things for people to get to understand. So basically, like credit builders and things in that manner. We put links into all of the secondary credit bureaus that's out there that people need to understand, that have your information from apartments, jobs, DUIs, background checks. If you can't get a bank account, because check systems. That's why you cannot open a bank account. Check systems. So that's called or considered a secondary credit bureaus. It's a link in my bio for that if you need to find out what secondary credit bureaus that they are, or and then how to freeze your report, because you can do that. Freeze your report, clear that with these companies, and then that stops, let's say, the main companies from being able to do this job so easy with just verifying with eOscar and disputing and validating online. Because that's all they do. They use secondary credit bureaus. So you go on there, you're going to be shocked at the amount of information that they have on you. Seriously. I'm talking about they got information from when you first probably opened up a debit card in Macy's in 1950. Yes. But if you cannot get a bank account, that's most likely check systems. And check systems, the link in bio for that, or you can look it up yourself, Google it, people, and get it done. Take it to 30 days, 60 days. You can think about it like this. 3 months, I could fix my credit. I could go and borrow enough to get a house. You feel me? Oh, yes, they nosy. They are definitely, it's not really nosy. They making a lot of money from selling our personal information. That's just it. They got making a lot of money from selling our data. And we just don't know the full extent of it and then how to protect ourselves and fight against it. And that's what we're doing here. And like I said, people, I'm about to jump off here real quick. But thank you. Hit that link in bio. Stay tuned. I'll be back tonight. We're going to get into some more. Yo, she funny. Like, I don't really know which one. Yo, having two businesses helps people calling me. But yes, but you got to be, right now, people, you have to be a person that is not being a consumer. So you have to be a creator. You have to, if you are an adult or a parent like me, then you definitely need a second to third way of income. So one of the best legal ways I'm telling people, start a business, learn how to fix your credit, and get into something to make some money legally. Even getting on these apps. Even though, let's say, for an example, I don't do 1 million views or something. This is called marketing, branding, promoting, all in one. So I tell this to a lot of people. Don't care about what people are saying and doing or what you think or you this perfect image. And no, get your butt on here. Show your talents, get your business pumped, and use these platforms. Use them. They're using you. Like, listen, they're using you. Do you know how much your Facebook is worth on the dark web? It's like, nah. Like, I'm being serious. But, like I said, people, thank you. Hit that link in bio. Book a free consultation. We'll get this started for you by Monday. Love you, but stay tuned. Enjoy the summer. And Leo gang. Ooh, we about